Hey guys, it's Jen with Two Ends. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm gonna do a 4th of July mani on this nail here. So I've already done the rest of my nails. It is gonna be the first time I've tried this. So I did not practice this design on any swatches. So it's gonna either be a hit or miss. So hopefully it's a hit, but we will see. The colors that I'm using today are Egyptian Love, Be Silly, and Hollow Star. And these are from Double Dip's Star Spangled Spark kit. The only other color that there's two other colors that came in the kit that I'm not going to wear today. They are on my middle finger and my pinky. So those colors are Stargazer and White Gleam. So in case you wanted to recreate this look, then those are the colors that I'm using. I do also have a code for Double Dip. If you use code DIPGEN10 at checkout, of course Jen is with two N's, that will save you 10%. If there's already a sale going on at Double Dip, then the code won't work, but DIPGEN10 saves you 10%. I am also going to try some striping tape. So this has been a hit or miss for me also in the past. So we're going to give it a go and see how everything turns out. I have already put my peel base on. I use UNT. Oh my goodness. Old habits die hard, I guess. UNT peel base, and it is ready to go. It's already dry, so we can get started. Alrighty, so we're going to start with the blue color here, Egyptian Love. Make sure you give it a good shake. Always stir your powders. If you don't stir your powders, then they can clump, and then your application cannot be as smooth. This is a cool little tool that I got. I got this from Amazon. It's actually a coffee stir stick. I just love it because check this out. I just stirred my powders and I can just wipe it off and da-da-da, it's ready to go for the next one. All right, so we want to make sure that we do both because we're gonna actually do a color blocking. And you know what? I want to put these in a cupcake liner too to catch any mess that I make because I am very messy. There we go. And give this guy a stir here real quick also. Oops, I hit the camera, sorry. Okay, see, told you I was messy. All right, so we're gonna do a color block, but I'm not gonna use tape for it. So the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna start with the base coat. So I'm using Double Dip's liquids. It's number 2. If you get the kit, they're always numbered, but also you can remember because it's the red cap. So you want to start with a very, very thin layer of base coat. The thinner the better, of course, because if it's too thick, then the powder will go on too thick and it just won't dry properly either, and you'll be doing a lot of filing. Notice too that I started my brush kind of in the middle of my brush. You don't want to get it too close to your cuticle right at first because then the liquid could pool up and you'll have some thick cuticles that you'll need to file. I'm also going to try to do this quickly so that the video isn't so long. Okay, and of course if you get any on your skin, make sure that you wipe it off because wherever you have the liquid, that's where the powder is going to go. I can already tell this one's going to be messy. That's okay. It's okay. Okay, so I want the blue to be on this side. So what I'm going to first do is I'm just going to dip my finger halfway in. Like that. And then come over here and dip the rest. Actually, probably would have been better if I placed it down instead. So if you guys are doing this, instead of dipping into the red, I would suggest laying it down like that so that you don't move your line. Oh, so far so good. I like how that line came out. What do you guys think? So before we brush it off, I want to make sure that it dries. Give it a little bit before we dust it off because I don't want my powders to mix. Not that they would, I don't, they might, so I'd rather just avoid that. Make sure you do get your cuticles all good. There we go. So I don't know if you can see this, but you see right here, that's sticking over here, that's my peel base. So if you get your peel base too close to your cuticle edge, that's what happens when you go to clean it up. It's no big deal. You just have to kind of clean it up a little bit better. That's all. Or a little bit more, I should say. Okay, now dust it off. Okay. So far so good. Then we're going to just do the same thing again. So when you go in for your second color, make sure that you have a napkin or a paper towel or something to go so that you can wipe your brush on, because you don't want to dip your brush back into the bottle with product on it. So you want to make sure you can wipe your brush. And start in the middle and then work your way down. Okay. Uh-oh. So we're getting some glitter here. Clean the glitter up. I don't want the glitter there. Okay, sorry guys. I have got to find a new place to do my videos. Ever since I started doing my videos this way instead of doing the voiceover, I seem to get interrupted a whole lot more. So anyways, what had happened was when I put the base coat on, some of the glitter was pulled onto the blue. So I just took my toothpick and I got the glitter pieces off, and then I let my base coat dry. And I think that's probably going to be the key, is before you go in for your second coat, let your base coat dry, because so then that way it doesn't carry some glitter pieces over. So now that the base coat is dry, we're going to go in for the second coat and do the same thing. Or the second layer, whatever you want to call it. So also I want to point out, if you notice my brush, how I'm laying it flat as I go down the nail instead of just like this. Like by laying it flat, you can get more product on your nail and it's more evenly distributed. It can sometimes be a little bit trickier to put the base coat over a nail once you've already dipped it. So that's a good little trick. Okay, wipe your brush. And then for this, you just want to make sure that that's flat. You want to follow your line. So it's a little tricky. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here. Just try to line it up with your first line. It might not be perfect, but so there's that. And then for this one, like I said, instead of dipping it, I'm just going to lay it in there like that. So it's okay that we have some glitter there. It should be okay. I hope it's okay. Yeah, we're good. We good. So there we go. So far, it's turning out okay. And then take your cuticle, either an orange wood stick or your toothpick, and clean up your cuticles. Very good. Okay, so next thing that I am going to do is I'm going to put my stars on the blue part. So get out, let's see here, hollow star. And what I'm going to do, shake it up, and then I'm going to actually just pour some into my cupcake liner It's easier to work with that way if I just have to pick from a little bit instead of the entire jar. There we go. Oopsies. Okay, I dropped the seal. That's okay. And use one of these. It's got two different sizes here for the end. If you notice here, this is base from other times that I've used it. If it bothers you, you can just take a file and just file it off. I usually do that once every few weeks. I haven't done it yet, so I'll probably do it this time. So normally I would put the base coat over the entire nail just to keep it level and even. But because I want to make sure that the red glitter is completely dry, and I don't want to have the same thing happen where I put the base coat on and the glitter gets pulled onto the blue. So I'm just going to put the base coat on the blue part. I think it'll be okay. I have not decided how many stars I want to put on there, but I think I'll decide once we get there. Okay, so, and the reason I'm doing this is basically for the glue, right? I'm using it as a glue to get the stars to stay on there. So take my guy and then I pat it on here to get some glue on my tool, and then I pick up the star and put it wherever I want it. I think I'll just do, and you can move it too. If you put it in the wrong spot, just move it around. These are a little tricky to use because they don't lay flat. And I want to make sure that I keep them even and straight. I think I'll do one more. Do it here at the bottom. What do you guys think? I think that's okay. This one is being a little tricky. There we go. I think that's going to have to be fine. It's not going to be perfect. And then grab, I got these guys here from Amazon. They're just little plastic baggies. They're very helpful for when I use chunky glitter. I'm just going to use this and press down on the stars to try to get them to lay flat and to stay. Hopefully they don't pick them up. That's good so far. Are we good? Stay on there. Oh yeah, I'm good. Okay, so let those do their thing, and then I actually have a clear powder that I use specifically for my glitter. So whenever I'm dipping anything that has glitter, I use this clear powder. I have a regular clear powder that I dip my solids into. So it does suck sometimes though if I get glitter in here and I actually did a mani the other day where I dipped my glitter powder into here and there was a blue piece of glitter in my like coral glitter, but that's all right. So what I'm gonna do now is take my base coat, and actually before I do the red, I'm gonna just run this over the stars. There we go. And then I'll do the red, but I'm gonna try not to go onto the blue just in case. Probably should have brushed it off again. So before you do this, just take a brush and dust off any excess glitter. There's a piece right there. Darn it. I'll just take this and get that glitter off. I think it's stuck. That's okay. And then just stick it in there. Ooh, I think this is gonna look good, you guys. I think so. Okay, so I debated, because I'm gonna go in and do some stripes. I debated waiting and doing the clear, and I might still, I don't know, I can't decide. But if you're doing tape stripes, a lot of times they don't stay on. Oopsies, oh my gosh, sorry. They don't stay on with the top coat, and sometimes they do. But there's a good trick to encapsulate your stripes or any design that you do with your dip powder. But because the glitter isn't a smooth surface, I wasn't sure if it would stay on there. So we'll give it a try. But so far, I really like how the stars turned out. So we're looking good so far. I think we're heading in the right direction. So then the next step after is we want to activate it. By activating it, this is what causes it to harden so that we can file our nails. Make sure that you do brush it real good though, and you want to make sure that you let it dry before you take the activator to it. So just put a bunch on there. I love this part because with the activator, you can't really tell what color a dip powder is until you put the activator on. So it's almost like it's magic when you put the dip or the activator on and you can see what color it is. So you could do a second layer of, and I forgot I was gonna, but that's okay. You could do a second layer of clear if you want, but I'm still trying to decide if I want to go in with the second layer for the stripes. So, all right, I'm going to put you guys on hold while I let this dry, so that, or put you on pause so that you're not just sitting here for 2 minutes. The next step, once it is dry, is to file it and shape it and make sure that it's the shape that you want and that you are happy with. And then make sure that you buff the top. So I'm going to actually do this off camera because I've already done a few videos with filing and shaping. And as I've said over and over and over again, I'm definitely trying to keep my videos shorter. So I'm going to file off camera and then I'll be right back with you guys. Alrighty, so I filed and shaped and buffed and I washed my hands. So we are ready to go in with the stripe, the tape stripe, which I am so incredibly nervous about, but that's okay. I think it actually looks really cool. If you wanted to stop right here, you totally could, because I think that's a cool design all on its own. But we're going to go ahead and give the stripes a try. So cross our fingers that it works out. I am going to use a stamping head. These are actually very nifty tools for stuff like this. Oh no, my battery's dying. Hold on, let me get my charger. Okay, now my phone is charging. I could tell because my light went out. So anyways, as I was saying, they're very, very good tools for stuff like this, and water slides are really, they help with that too. They're definitely helpful, more helpful for things other than just stamping. So you want to make sure that you prep your stamping head with a piece of Scotch tape, and then just go ahead and put it on there to pick up all of the dust or dirt or fingerprints or anything that you have on there. Just prepare it. And we'll get our stripe and a little pair of scissors here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to first just cut the pieces that I want and put them on the stamping head. Actually, this is always such a pain in the butt getting it started. Hopefully I can get this on the first try. Oh, darn it. I had it. There we go. Okay. I'm going to cut that piece and get it away from here. I don't even know how long I'm going to want them to be, so let me just kind of do a quick little measuring. Help if I stay on camera. Okay, I think that's a good length. So when you put it on the stamping head, make sure that you put it down so that the sticky side is facing up. Okay. Okay, so when we put it on, we're going to be able to see where this is going like that. And I want the tape stripes to be a little bit longer than how long I'll need it for, because I'm going to go in and trim them once I put it on my nails. And then get the second row of stripes, if I can find where I ended this. There it is. I'll measure it by using this right here. I think we're okay for that length, and then cut it again. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the stripes put on here, and then I will come right back and I'll show you how I make sure how I put them on and all that. So I will see you guys in just a few. Okay, so I did the best I could at trying to get these lines straight and even. I think that's going to be the trickiest part. You can see kind of over here and over here how it's not completely straight, but I'm not going to use that part on my nail, so it doesn't necessarily have to be perfect, but I can try here. Just lift it up, try to make it just a little bit straighter again. Here we go. I don't know, guys. This could be a disaster. We're just gonna give it a try, I think. Okay. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Fix this one real quick, I think. And just be very, very, very careful if you use tools with your stamper, because you don't want to poke a hole into it. If you don't have a stamper also, you don't need one of these to use striping tape. You can do it manually. Just put it on your nail one at a time. So the other thing that I'm going to use actually, and you don't need this either to make this work, is, oh shoot, I don't see it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. It is a sticky, nope, that is not it. Oh, there it is. Sticky base coat. So I got this from Maniology. It's actually, it's for stamping, but you can use it for other things too. So what you do is you put it on your nail wherever you want to put whatever you are putting on. In this case, it's the tape. So you put the sticky base coat on and then you let it dry for about 30 seconds so that it's still tacky. And then you put your design on and it stays on. I have done some stamping before where it just, my stamp stayed on the stamping head. I'm like trying to figure out what I'm trying to say there. So that's why I ended up buying it. So you don't need it, but it is helpful sometimes. So we're going to try it. I think the first step in doing this is making sure that we can line it up line up the stripes on my nail, and I know where it's going to go, and make sure that I like the way. So can you guys see that? There we go. So that's where it's going to be. I think we're just going to have to give it a go. Just going to have to pull the trigger. I just don't like this top line. Something about it is off a little bit. Darn it. How's that? Is that any better? I don't know. We're just going to go for it. It's okay. And let it dry for about 30 seconds. And while I'm waiting for that to happen, then I will mentally prepare myself. All right, we're going to go. Alrighty, there we go, there we go, there we go. Get those on there. And then, so actually, I want to press those down more. I don't want to use my fingers. I guess I could, but this seems to work just fine. And then cut the remaining. Okay, I could not get it to focus, so I just finished cutting the rest of them off camera. I think it turned out pretty good, if I do say so myself. I'm quite pleased so far. So far, so good. All right, and then I have decided I am actually going to go in and put a layer of clear powder over it to encapsulate it and protect it. That will help the stripes from coming up. I don't know if you guys have done stripes before. I have, and they just always start to lift on the edges. So I'm going to do a layer of clear for protection, and actually I am going to use my non-glitter since look at this big boy. It's huge. It's double dip. You can get that at Double Dip with a 10% discount code. It's $14, I believe, but it's well worth it. Well worth it indeed. So before you put your clear coat on there, or your clear powder, make sure that you press the stripes down and everything is where you want it to be. And then take a thin layer of clear coat and just brush it on. Make sure you get your edges real good, because if you don't get the edges, then your tape won't be protected there. I'm really excited with how this has turned out so far. I'm really, really liking it. And I have some liquid on my finger, of course. Uh-oh, I've lost my toothpick. Oh no, I really did. Oh, there we go. All right, this part might be a little bit tricky since I have tape there. Okay, where did my, oh my gosh, I've lost everything now. Can't find my brush. Oh, there it is. Okay, and then put some activator over it. Make sure that we harden this on up. There we go. Okay, the last and final step is to file it, do the finalizing of filing and shaping and buffing. So I'm going to do that off camera, and then I'm going to put some top coat on it. I'm actually going to do gel top coat, so I will be back with the finished product to show you guys. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, this is it. Final product. Also, I changed my mind. I didn't use gel top coat. I used dip top coat. So what do you guys think? I am actually very excited with how this turned out. I think it looks awesome. I'm very, very, very pleased. So hopefully you guys like it, and hopefully you learned something from this video. Please like it and subscribe below. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. And thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.